Welcome back to Autism at Home, brought to you by us at Early Autism Project Malaysia through our non-profit initiative, The Hope Project. My name is Joshabet Isaacs and it's so nice to see you again. Joining me again today is Emma Sajida, our Autism at Home coordinator.
Thanks, Jo. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our series on Autism at Home entitled Social Skills. In the first lesson, we gave a general introduction to the skills as well as some important tips and reminders when teaching them before moving on to reciprocal actions. In the previous lesson, we talked about social referencing. In this lesson, we will be talking about how to teach gestures.
Where does the development of gestures even begin? Let's recall our lesson on a daily guide, V16. In general, babies may start using some simple gestures from as young as 9 months old. Some of these simple gestures include waving hi and goodbye when you reach home or you're leaving the house. Maybe clapping when you're singing to them, or lifting their arms and looking at you with those adorable eyes, expecting or maybe even demanding you to pick them up. These are all gestures and they're an important area of development. Why so? As outlined by Baby Sparks, firstly, gestures help babies comprehend communication and language. For example, when you pretend to walk like a dinosaur with T-Rex's short arms and saying "dinosaur coming," you are promoting language. Gestures also help babies communicate. In addition to receptive language, gestures also promote the development of expressive language. This plays a major role leading up to and following your baby's first words. For example, when babies learn the appropriate gestures, they can actually shake their head first before learning that this can be paired with a verbal nope.
The development of gestures promotes social interaction. From as young as infancy, babies can learn some of the important social rules like greeting others, using their own body language and reading them, sharing and taking turns. To be able to navigate through this huge world, babies need to learn gestures. In relationships, generally, a lot of weight is on social communication. With the development of appropriate gestures, they help babies to communicate with others.
Lastly, gestures can give us some ideas on any potential developmental delays. Gestures are linked to the development of language. Any delay in this area would give you some red flags to get an assessment done for your child. Like in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, there are 3 areas of deficits or delays in social communication and interaction. Firstly, deficits in social-emotional reciprocity, deficits in nonverbal communication, and deficits in developing, maintaining, and understanding relationships. The area of gestures will certainly build foundational skills to support these 3 areas, but especially in the second area of nonverbal communication.
So let's get started. Now that you understand the importance of gestures, let's look at the objectives in teaching them. Apart from helping your child understand nonverbal communications, it helps to increase their environmental awareness as well as the ability to read social cues. Prerequisites to learn gestures include the important foundational skills of engagement and motivation, cooperation, attention and imitation, as well as some receptive and expressive language, the ability to make eye contact, some social skills like being able to engage in short conversations, some imitation of gestures, and some ability in recognizing emotions.
In terms of materials, get creative with them. There are no specific teaching materials for this program. Similar to the previous lessons, video models would be a great teaching tool. Remember why? Yep, to clearly communicate the expectations to your child.
When teaching this skill, remember to keep to these teaching tips. First, maintain consistency in implementing the key ABA strategies of break skills down, reinforcement, and practice. Second, to maintain consistency in the discrete trial training, the accurate sequence to follow is discriminative stimulus, response, and then reinforcing stimulus. To ensure that there are at least 2 gestures your child has learned and achieved the success rate before doing the random rotation trials for all 2 of them.
So here's how we typically teach gestures. Step 1 is receptive gestures. In this step, the discriminative stimulus or SD, better known as instruction, is show me gesture. Like show me goodbye, after which your child then waves in response to your SD. Then you reward your child to strengthen her learning. Some of the other gestures we typically teach our kiddos include nodding head for yes, shaking head for no, shivering body for when I'm cold, and rubbing tummy for when I'm hungry. The items list of suggested gestures can be found on our website at www.autismathome.co.
Here is the teaching procedure. First, give the instruction.
Show me. Yes. Good.
If your child is able to learn new skills in natural settings, you can start teaching anywhere in the house. Otherwise, consider delivering the teaching at the table for a more structured setting. Once your child has provided an accurate response, provide the reinforcement and then continue the trials to ensure sufficient practice.
The success criteria is 3 times 100% for mass trials and 3 times 100% for random rotation. An additional point to this is that if your child has some difficulty in this step and success is inconsistent despite having all the prerequisites, consider teaching the gestures through imitation first. As they imitate you doing a gesture, you can label it right away. And with constant modeling of the language associated with the gesture, it helps to increase their receptive understanding and strengthen their learning.
Once this step is conquered, begin step 2, which is expressive gestures. In this step, your child is now expected to verbally label the gesture you are demonstrating. For example, when you show him a gesture of crossing arms and frowning, give the instruction, what does this mean? Your child is expected to give an appropriate response like, you're angry.
How about this one? Hot! Very good!
The responses may not need to be exact as long as they're appropriate to your gestures. Provide reinforcement to your child's response. The same success rate can be applied here too.
Now it's your turn. Observe and assess your child's gestures. Do they use any gestures like shaking head, nodding, pointing, waving, the shushing sign, blowing a kiss, shrugging, thumbs up? Can they demonstrate a targeted gesture when asked? And can they verbally label a gesture when it is demonstrated? Go ahead and download the relevant guide and list of suggested activities from our website. Break down the plan to teach gestures based on your child's current skill sets. So that's it, your guide to teaching gestures. In the next lesson, we will be talking about an activity that is often conducted in preschools and group classes. Circle time! So do stay tuned.
Also, thank you for your support, and with the amount of interest we have received online, we have actually started providing online services and currently work with clients in other states of Malaysia, New Zealand, Philippines, Singapore, Switzerland, Indonesia, and China as well. So do scan these QR codes and get in touch with us for more information.
If you haven't already, do check out our free online resource platform, Autism at Home, which has all the corresponding articles and downloadables for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay updated. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you soon.